Yes, fight fans, body and mind sports, my people, you are fully appreciated in this round, my guys, my people. Let's get right into it, because Mayhem is fast approaching. That is, of course, the month of May, and I've coined it that term simply because it is a jam-packed month for boxing with some real intriguing fights I'm sure you wouldn't like to miss. So let's just run through them quickly, as quick as possible, right? Going from the back end of May. So starting from the 30th, we have Holly Holmes, one of the best names to ever do it in women's boxing, but she really catapulted herself into a global star in 2015 after defeating Ronda Rousey in the UFC, my guys, my people. And she did compete in the UFC for some years, but in 2025 has bounced back into boxing, and under MVP Promotions has had 2 fights, including one with Stephanie Han, the WBA lightweight champion. Now, Han suffered a very bad cut in that fight there that ended the fight, but Han, being ahead on the scorecards, took it via the judges, my guys. So this is a second attempt for Holly Holmes, and should she get that championship, I can see, you know, a possible commercially viable fight, a unification with her and the WBC WBO unified champion Caroline Dubois, who actually got that WBO championship after defeating Terry Harper, my guys, my people. So yeah, a unification between Caroline and Holmes is a possibility. It is a possibility, of course, if Baumgardner doesn't step up to the challenge to fight Dubois, my guys, my people. But it's very interesting, the kind of opportunity that could open up for Caroline here. But look, on that same date, right, the 30th, we do have Dmitry Bivol in Russia. It will be his return fight after a successful back surgery and a 15-month hiatus. All right, he's defending his IBF strap against mandatory Michael Ifert, who has been in line for some time now, years. I think a couple years at least a couple years, my guys, my people. So he is going to satisfy that mandatory, should he pull through, right? Which I'm assuming he would. It's interesting what he does next. Does he go and fight David Benavidez in attempts to collect the WBC strap that he vacated to Benavidez, or does he go forward to Artur Beterbiev, the very overdue bout and trilogy which Bivol promised, right? Now that fight is actually also targeted now for Russia, and I'm going to assume maybe he takes the Beterbiev route. You know, for one, we know that Canelo is off the table, according to Eddie Reynoso, trainer of Canelo. And Canelo also won't be fighting David Benavidez in September in Canelo's comeback fight since losing to Terence Bud Crawford and not being successful in the campaign to land a rematch with Crawford, who has since gone into retirement, right? So yes, his comeback in September will be in Saudi Arabia. That is, of course, Canelo. So who might he come back against? Names that they are exploring are, of course, WBC 168-pound champion Christian Mbile. Also, possibility of Hamza Shiraz. Should Shiraz defeat Alim Burgic for the vacant WBO, my guys, my people. So those are the most viable options I can see for Saul Canelo Alvarez. There are other names, but I'll put that in another video where we explore how, you know, the 168 pounds division is shaping up since the exit and retirement of now former undisputed champion Terence Bud Crawford, my guys, my people. Now Shiraz and Burgic is actually taking place on the 23rd of May. So it's all part of the Mayhem, and will serve as the undercard to Alexander Usyk and Rico Verhoeven, the kickboxing legend. So Usyk and Verhoeven in that crossover fight. Usyk better get past Verhoeven. We expect him to. We do expect him to. So when he does, he has plans of his own. He says before he retires, he wants a Fury trilogy. Then, I mean, maybe Cabello as well, he says. But that's a maybe for Cabello, the interim champion. He also wants the winner of WBO champion Fabio Woody, who is defending against Daniel Dubois, guys, my people. And they are fighting on the 9th of May. Again, all part of the Mayhem. Most likely he fights Woodley because he's never fought Woodley before. And it would be another undisputed bout. Plus, he vacated that WBO to Woodley, if you guys remember, my guys, my people. Now, with that said, it gets real interesting. On the 3rd of May, we do have Inoue versus Junto Nakatani. Inoue defending his undisputed super bantamweight status in Japan. It's an all Japanese affair, this one taking place at the Tokyo Dome. It's a big deal. It's a big deal for Japan. You know, I believe the biggest ever to be done in Japan in terms of boxing. So it gets very, very interesting between these two top 4 pound for pound fighters. Inoue sitting at number 2, Junto at number 4. And should Junto win, well, we know what happens. Possibly takes Inoue's position in the pound for pound list. Inoue, on the other hand, he would have a very strong argument to knock off Usyk, who is number 1, and is going to fight Verhoeven. Yeah, so yeah, I guess you figured it out for yourself. Now, my people, these are the 2 very best that Japan has to offer. So that alone makes it an intriguing fight. I do feel though that Junto has bitten off more than he can chew here, in all honesty, my guys, my people. Junto, who is 28 years old, has a record 32 wins, undefeated, 24 coming via KO, my guys, my people. He is a terrific fighter and a big puncher, trained by Mexican trainer Rudy Hernandez. It has been so through the course of his career. And Hernandez credited for Junto's seek and destroy type style of fighting, which really looks like a Mexican style. Not all the way so, but looks very Mexican in style. You know, and Junto, who really likes to get stuck on the inside and really likes to get some real work going, right? To do some real vicious damage. He throws everything really hard, and he does have every punch in the arsenal. And mind you, when he gets into his flurries, he's very dangerous, because he can throw those uppercuts 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times in a row. Very unusual style he has, and very unique as well. Junto Nakatani is a good fighter. He is a very good fighter, my guys. But that style almost came unstuck, isn't it, against Hernandez? You know, Junto's first fight in the super bantamweight division, and the questions were asked whether he actually won that fight or not. So that is you know, cause for concern, isn't it? That's a reason for concern going into an Inoue bout, of course. You know, the question I'm asking is, has he even fully acclimated to the division yet? Has he even fully acclimated? Although he is quite big, even for a super bantamweight, that is moving up, right? He is 5'8", has a reach 68.5 inch, 3 inches taller than Inoue, and an inch advantage in arm reach, my guys, my people. So he is bigger than Inoue. He was bigger than Hernandez as well when they fought, my guys. However, has he fully acclimated? That is a big question, especially after a near loss, right? And in a way, my only concern is that at the age of 33, could Junto expose if Father Time as a tool caught up to him? Because in the lower weight classes, 33, really, you are at the peaks of your prime, my guys, my people. But that remains to be seen whether Father Time has caught up to him. I've not seen any signs, my guys, my people. So I'm going to go into this fight assuming that Inoue is still more or less Inoue, my guys, my people. And yeah, Junto Nakatani is more or less Junto Nakatani. Yeah, now back to his fight against Hernandez. He really nearly came unstuck there with that inside pressure fighting. Hernandez really turned it into a battle of attrition because he gave just as much as he was getting, right? And even showed Junto that, hold on, maybe I could be better at this than you. And he forced Junto into his back foot, forced him to box, move around more, right? So Junto was showing real reason for concern in there, and was getting tired once he started to move around in his inside work. He looks like he can do that for days, but once he starts boxing and moving around, you see fatigue start setting in, don't you? And because of that, you see him revert back into, you know, a battle of attrition, which he's trying to get out of in the first place, right? But he has to resort to it because that is his comfort zone. That is his comfort zone, and fatigue is setting in, my guys, my people. So yeah, that tells me that he can adjust when he has to. However, his ability to adjust consistently is quite limited. It's quite limited, and to me, that is a limited fighter and tailor-made for Naya Inoue, my guys, my people. And should he get tired in an Inoue fight, man, it's over. It is over. Inoue, who is 32 wins undefeated and 27 via KO on record, has slightly more power than Junto Nakatani, right? So he's as good a puncher as he is a boxer. Naya Inoue, who leads everything with that jab, that variable jab that he has. You can up jab it, jab straight, touch with it, use it as a range finder, or really ramrod that jab home, my guys, my people. And he uses it to set up play with the power punches as well. He really loves that 1-2 and to set up combinations. And when he gets into his rhythm with that jab and gets momentum going with his combination and his footwork, where he's giving you different types of looks, man, it's over. It is over, my guys, my people. Like it was against Stephen Fulton. He truly just overwhelmed Stephen Fulton, my guys, my people. But in that, you know, sort of fiery moment, he can lapse in the defense though, and he has been dropped twice. First, Lenier and Ramon Cardenas, both to the right hand side of Inoue. So they dropped him with left hooks, my guys, my people. So Inoue is vulnerable to the right hand side, and guess what? Junto is a southpaw, and he's got this stance where he leans heavy on the back foot. He leans heavy on the back foot, gives you that illusion of distance when he is actually in striking range, and you don't realize until he springs into action and is hitting you with something very accurate, precise, and hard, my guys, my people. So Inoue's got to be careful. But I think Junto's style and Inoue's style, he's overall, right, he's not the type of fighter to stand right there in front of you and engage in a battle of attrition. As an intelligent fighter, if he has to move and work your legs, he would do so, right? And Junto has slower feet than Inoue, has slower hands than Inoue, my guys, my people. Inoue has a much better flow about his work, right? And those things create separation. And he might even knock out Junto, who has never been down, never been knocked out. He could knock him out. In fact, I'm going to go for the knockout, and I'm going to say 9th round, he knocks out Inoue. I just think it's going to be too much. It's just going to be too much. And even if Inoue manages to drop him, Junto managed to drop Inoue. Inoue has shown he's got amazing powers of recovery. Like he came back and won the Cardenas fight and won the Louis Neri fight, coming back to stop them. So he's even more dangerous once he gets dropped, my guys, my people. Yeah, Inoue 9th round KO, my prediction, my guys, my people. Now, with that said, good luck to both fighters. Whoever wins, wins. Let's move on though. David Benavidez versus Zurdo Ramirez. Again, part of the Mayhem. That one is the first fight to kick off the Mayhem on the 22nd. On the second in Las Vegas. This is an exciting all Mexican bout, my guys. Zurdo's unified WBO WBA straps on the line. Benavidez moving up from light heavyweight as a WBC champion, my guys, my people. Both these fighters are 2 division champions, right? And Benavidez is looking for the third. My guys, my people. This is a very, very interesting fight. Very, very interesting fight, because both these fighters, they do have attributes that cancel out the attributes of the other in many ways, my guys, my people. For example, Benavidez has power. He has power. But then you have Zurdo, who has a great chin. Never been dropped, right? Never been stopped, my guys, my people. And then you have Benavidez, who has been dropped, right? Got dropped by Ronald Gavril at 168, and he got dropped by David Morrell, didn't he, when they fought at light heavyweight. That was Benavidez's second bout in the division, as well as Morrell's, right? But he got dropped in that fight. Again, very much like Inoue, amazing powers of recovery. He comes back to win those fights. My guys, my people. So yeah, they cancel out each other in different ways. In terms of cardio, stamina, both got great cardio, great stamina, my guys, my people. Should I edge it to maybe Zurdo, because he's never shown me signs of slowing down, except from in his fight against Dodicus, who is a big puncher in the cruiserweight division. Big puncher, my guys, my people. Benavidez, I saw signs of slowing down when he fought Alexander Vojdik at light heavyweight. That was his introduction fight in the division though, and he put that slowing down in his work to the size, of Vojdik in a new division, my guys, my people. Now he's jumping into an introduction fight at cruiser against Zurdo. So could we be seeing another Vojdik situation where maybe he wins, right? But he will show signs of slowing down because he hasn't fully acclimated yet. All right. Now he's only got 1 knockdown at light heavyweight against 1 stoppage, 1 knockout. That was against Anthony Yard. That is the fight that he's coming from into this Zurdo fight, right? And Anthony Yard is a fully fledged light heavyweight. He's not like a Morrell who came up from 168, just like Benavidez did, my guys, my people. And he wasn't an introduction fight either. So that could be signs that he maybe had acclimated by the time he got to yard. All right, so questions. Zerdo, would he have acclimated to cruiserweight by the time he meets Zerdo? Benavidez, though, looking big, really strong. I've seen clips of him in camp, and he's looking very big, very strong, super healthy, and he still has his speed with him as well. That speed is going to cause problems for Zerdo. Who he's out in against Dimitri Bivol at light heavyweight. The hand speed was too much issues. Backing up Zerdo, Bivol backing up Zerdo, my guys, my people, and the punch is just getting in there way quicker than Zerdo could react. And Benavidez is not only fast, but he's absolutely relentless, very relentless. I think Zerdo is going to find it hard to cope with. Zerdo, not really quick feet, not really quick hands. I'll say average hand speed as well. But Benavidez very decisive in there, super decisive. He thinks it and he does it, and got better defense than Zerdo as well. Got better defense, got that high guard, and he's not gonna catch every shot on the glove either. He will make you miss some and come back with the pull counter. He has that in his tool as well. The uppercuts on the inside, the hooks when he closes the distance, and he will find it easy to close the distance on Zerdo, who does have good footwork, uses the angles really well, changes levels really well as well. But if he can catch up to somebody who's a pure boxer in Caleb Plant and Demetrius Andrade at a lower division, by the way, where the fighters move faster, if Benavidez done that, he can definitely catch up to Zerdo and get some real work going on the inside. Zerdo is more comfortable at mid-range, my guys. Now, Zerdo does really go well to the body. Really goes well to the body. We saw that against Chris Billiam-Smith. Hurt him several times, my guys, my people. And this is his division. This is his division, so to speak, you know. And Benavidez is just coming in. So that is going to be interesting. However, I think Benavidez's hand speed is going to be the difference here. His relentlessness and his cardio somewhat measures up to Zerdo's as well, and his ability to recover somewhat measures up quite equally to Zerdo's amazing chin. Right? But the edge is power and speed. Benavidez just got it, and the fight IQ as well. You know, his ability to think very quickly in there. Yeah. I don't know where I'm going with this, but I hope you guys understand that I've got Benavidez. I think he stops Zerdo. Maybe. Nah, he doesn't stop Zerdo. But I think he gets the unanimous decision. My guys, my people. Now, with that said, congratulations to Gerald Big Baby Miller. He defeated Lenier Pero this Saturday. Amazing fight. We saw the old Gerald Miller back after a very bad performance against Kingsley Ibe, and I actually thought he lost that fight. However, because of Miller's toupee coming off and making the news of the day or the news of the night that went viral, that sort of overshadowed the fact that he actually lost and that the judges actually gave him a gift win in that fight. But in this fight, he showed glimpses of his own old self, just relentless forward fighting. Not too many big shots, but the volume was there. The cardio, the conditioning we saw, and we really saw it rarely from the weigh-ins when he came in at 305 pounds. Now for Gerald Big Baby Miller, that is good shape. So he really worked hard for this, and I'm glad that he won. Lenier Pero was looking suspect because Jordan Thompson did great against Lenier Pero, and Jordan Thompson got splattered at cruiser. Before he fought Lenier Pero, he got splattered by Ja Opataya, right? And then after the Lenier Pero fight at heavyweight, you would have thought that because of the Pero fight that Jordan Thompson maybe was better suited to heavyweight, but then he gets beat by David Spellman. David Spellman, who got stopped by Alan Babbage, my guys, my people. So yeah, that didn't look good on Lenier Pero. That Jordan Thompson win, a majority decision win at that, my guys, my people. I'm coming into this Miller fight. So I did have my suspicions on Pero, but great win for Miller, who didn't look good against Kingsley Ibe. And now the talk is that he could be fighting Tyson Fury next, my guys, my people. So yeah, great on him. But that will be for another video, my guys, my people. With that said, I hope you've liked the content of this video. But that is Mayhem. I'm complete for now, my guys, my people. And before you leave, do like, do share, subscribe, drop your comments below, my guys, my people. And as always, stay super blessed, and I'll catch you on the next one, or we catch up on the next one, my guys, my people. Rather, stay blessed, my guys, my people. We out of it.